All right. Everybody's favorite section segment, Rumblers and Tumblers. Roy, why don't you go ahead and give us a brief introduction to this?
Okay, a rumbler is somebody who is moving up in the spiritual rankings. What that means is if they were like considered to be an AA person, now they're maybe in the finalist conversation. If they were ranked maybe in the 10 to 20 or even just 10 to anywhere range, now they're moving into the AA conversation. Or this is someone who was off the radar and now they're in the AA or blood round conversation. A tumbler is going in the opposite direction. So this is someone who was ranked highly, maybe thought of as like a finalist or a returning champ or something like that, and now they're kind of moving down in the conversation, wondering if they'll even AA or if they were in the AA, like probably going to be AA conversation. It looks like they're going in the opposite direction.
All right. Excellent. Thank you.
And it should be noted when you are a rumbler or a tumbler, we are accountable to following you for the rest of the year.
Right. So that's what we do first. We do our accountability check-in, looking at Rumblers. So Minto, former Tumbler, who is now current Rumbler, split ranked matches. So he lost, quote unquote, to Patrick Kennedy, even though they forgot to call or give a stalling point in that match, the way I watched it. But anyway, and then he beat Karsha, which is a big win.
Yep.
So he got it done against Ohio State. Did not get it done against Iowa. Aiden Sinclair with a big win over Z-Ride. I'm going for that. That's my new nickname. You like it?
Yeah, I was going to say, I like Z-Ride.
Yeah. So Z-Ride, that's your Zach Ryder right there. Ryder block. Win over Lamer. And again, that's not super shocking, probably pretty equivalent level guys, but it was big in the context, right? I mean, Iowa got they got their butts kicked the week before, and like they wanted to come in and make a statement. And
in Nebraska.
In Lincoln, and Nebraska thought, all right, this is the year we get Iowa. And like that was like 4 matches in, and like they started thinking about next year. But yeah, so big effort there by Ryder Block. Sada put it on Sonny Sasso, so he continues to roll, continues to get better in his freshman campaign, and excited to see what he does in the tournament. I didn't actually look this one up, but I'm pretty sure Josh Barr pinned somebody this weekend.
That's just right.
That's just a carryover from last week, but I'm pretty confident that happened.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you just
Right.
like you felt the disturbance in the force and
Yeah,
just cleared on the.
I'm sure Zach Barr pinned somebody this weekend. Amos, the win over Hopkey. Hopkey's that guy who's keeps it close, but he's number 8 in WrestleStat. Not sure where he is ranked otherwise, but he continues to roll. Davino with a win over Van D. Look good. And Consiglio got a ranked win as well. Rumblers are still rumbling, or Tumblers. AJ had the repeat loss to the Ohio State University. Feldman handled him again in overtime. Yeah, split denial, right?
Well, sorry to like stay on this. I meant to say this earlier, but he did beat Ben Keeter.
He did,
and then didn't do the splits. Like notably, they just had a little prayer moment at the end of the match.
Oh yeah,
and did that take away the splits energy? I feel like you got to do that all the time, or because it is showboating if you only do it some of the time.
Right. It just has to be like accepted routine. Yeah, he definitely, right. It would have been kind of funny if Feldman did at the end of the duel.
Double birds and everything.
Did the whole Ohio thing and then Ryan. That'd be funny. Anyway, and Trail Taylor with a couple victories. So he beat the Ohio State backup. And he kind of, I don't want to say pushed. See, everyone says Antrell Taylor pushed Jordan Williams out of bounds for the victory. So he was moving forward with his arms extended.
Okay.
So there's a subtle difference. Like a push is you're pushing a guy. If you're just working forward with your arms extended, you're just driving him out. So I thought that was unfair to call that a push. He was not pushing him. He was just driving him out, and there was no resistance. So Jake Ayala with a win over Van D. Like a dominant performance, looked really good. So he bounced back well. Ryan Jack lost to a top 15 opponent at UNC, North Carolina. Tom Brand's got a little bit of mojo back,
Yep.
Crushing Nebraska. They spent a lot of time that week getting better.
That's right.
Getting better. And then Knox was majored by Seidel. So I don't know. I think for the most part, people are who they are over the course of a season. It's kind of like Brock Hardy.
Yeah.
Well,
30 and 33 is so deep this year. Knox could be just as good as he was, but
right.
They added 5 awesome guys. Mm-hmm. Run into a few of them already.
All right, not a wrestler's fighting me about this push out. No, it's like there's a push and then there's a drive, and okay. All right, Roy, who's your rumbler?
I picked Columbia just as a team. I'm going to be following them. Traditionally, Columbia is usually, at least when I've been following for the last decade or two, had a couple good guys. Maybe some people that are ranked 12 to 16 range and might get to the blood round and sometimes have an All-American, but that's been kind of like their overall vibe. But when I looked at that Columbia versus Princeton duel, I think it was like 32-3 or something like that. I was like, what? And then on X, Penn posted, we're starting our Ivy duels against Columbia. And I was like, okay, great, let's go. And then I saw it. So this was not a team I was like necessarily following up till now, but they got to be pretty good.
Yeah, no. Right? Steve Ass going to get himself an All-American or something. So we shall see. All right. So my rumbler, and not that anyone questioned this kid's talent at all, but just we didn't know he was going to wrestle until really recently. But Aaron Seidel, which adds just another massive talent to the 133 weight class. Super packed. I mean, there's going to be some really good wrestlers that don't AA on that podium this year, and it's going to be a bloodbath, and it's going to be pretty fun to watch. So
not just that, but I think there's more than 4 guys that have a real legitimate shot at winning the title.
Yeah. I mean, you got, obviously, Bird did it. You can't discount him. You got Blaze. You got Forrest. Crookham, depending on his status.
Seidel,
right.
After what he's done so far.
Yeah.
Who else do we got here? 33. Yeah, Davino. We didn't even
Oh, right. Right.
Probably the one I would pick right now. But Larkin.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you got Drake. I'm not saying he's going to win, but Drake Ayala is a 2-time finalist.
Right.
And he's 5-5. And that's not because he's really fallen off. It's just because there's so many good guys in this weight class.
Yeah, right. All those guys he lost to are ranked in the top 6 or something, or whatever, something close to that. Yeah, he's awesome. Which kind of brings me to my Tumbler. And again, it's not necessarily that he's not wrestling great, but this is a little bit about All-American status, right? And Jacob Van D did All-American last year, but there's been so much talent injected into the weight. I would say that I think at this point I'd probably be surprised if Jacob Van D All-American at the weight. I mean, there's just so much talent. I mean, Ayala handled him pretty well, and Davino, and so there's just not much room there with so much talent. And I still think he's a great wrestler. But I think the only reason he made the Tumblers list was not because he lost twice this weekend. He lost to Davino and Ayala, but it is because he lost this weekend, because we're talking about him fighting for an All-American spot. This is going to be a tricky podium to find for Jacob Van D, as good as he is as a wrestler. Who's your Tumbler?
I put Princeton. I thought they were going to be the team, the Ivy team that surprises people this year, but Columbia comped them pretty good, and it got me sort of interested now that the Ivies do their own tournament.
Right.
To qualify for nationals. I was wondering how many allocations they'll have. I mean, Cornell is obviously awesome, and Penn is pretty decent, and Columbia just beat Penn, so let's say Columbia is decent or maybe pretty good.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how the new rules work, if they'll get 1 per weight and then they'll have to count on wildcards. So Princeton, which is a team that has had good people recently, might have nobody at nationals.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they really fell off when Ayers left.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
that's been this when I was in college is when Princeton came back. I mean, they didn't even have a program for a couple of years. And so just them having 6 wrestlers on their team was a big deal. But then, they were good for a while. And now it seems they're just an all over the place program. Kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah, that COVID team he had was going to be great. That season that Ivies didn't wrestle.
Yeah.
He had a phenomenal team put together there. So, but I don't know what's, I mean, the Ivy, like you say, they go up and down. There's always going to be a certain amount of kids there's great wrestling in the Northeast. There's great wrestling in Pennsylvania. There's great wrestling in New Jersey. There's great wrestling in New York. There's just a lot of great wrestling in that area. So there's always going to be some subset of really smart kids that are good wrestlers, that want to go to the Ivies, but to be really, really good now, you kind of, the best teams all have RTCs, right? So I don't.
Princeton has an RTC.
Oh, that's right. There is that New York, right? The New York Training Center. They share it, right? No, wait.
Does Princeton share with Rutgers?
I think so.
The New York Athletic Club.
Columbia.
Actually, I thought Princeton had an RTC before Rutgers. Yeah, I gotta look this up because I thought Princeton had an RTC, but it doesn't seem like it anymore.
Right.
Something happened there. Because wasn't Nate Jackson, when he kind of burst on the scene?
Oh, handsome Nate.
I think he was at the Princeton RTC.
Yeah, right. I think you're right. I think they may have one. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see where Princeton ends up. Or actually, we probably won't.
No, we will.
As you,
Fortunately,
right, they are now officially tracked, but probably won't run into too many Princeton wrestlers at the tournament.
Yeah,
for sure. All right.